Okay, and we're live. We are playing Mud Stax featuring Possessed Portal. So I actually realized I joined this league and I just looked at my deck list. I actually realized I'm only running 11 cards on the sideboard, so that's a mistake already. Apparently, I am not fully recovered from having felt sick last week. So, fun times. We're already off to a great start. So this month I'm going to be doing a thing that I like to consider being finding the meanest deck in Magic. So this week we're starting off with Legacy. We're going to go with Mud Stax as our first deck, and I will be going across all formats. So we'll probably do a modern one with Lantern control. Um, we'll probably do Armageddon stacks. There'll probably likely be some number of Pox variants in there. Um, Someone has suggested when I tweeted about this recently that they wanted to see Dinrova Horror Tron, so we'll likely do that at some point in Popper. Might even just do a regular Tron because people hate that deck anyway. But this is where we're starting. So let's go over the deck list real quick. So this is kind of brewed. It's a little bit. I had a suggestion from I think it's Something Faces on Twitter, and they suggested the Possessed Portal Mirror Retriever bit. So we're gonna try that out. So we have. This should hopefully be fun. Hopefully the forgetting 4 cards on the sideboard doesn't matter. Oh no, they should have been in there. 4 Tormod's Crypts. Why are those missing? I didn't take those out. That's so effed. Let me check this out. Is that not in my deck? Hello. Where is that stupid deck list? There it is. Yeah, they're completely missing for whatever reason. I can't understand that. So that's really weird. So as you can see from the actual deck list, there are 4 Tormod's Crypts here. Why they didn't transfer over is beyond me. So that's frustrating. Wondering if I should just drop from this league, fix that, and then actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop from this league, fix that, and request a what's it called, refund. That's kind of crap. Let's do this. So I'm going to show the sideboard here. That's really aggravating. They should definitely be in there. I don't know why that is. All right. Sorry about that. Get this going here. Is there actually a thing to... No, there isn't. Drop from league. Okay. Oh, okay, so we actually just got our ticks back, so I don't need to worry about all that crap, which is good, because I don't particularly trust MTGO to get it right, so we still want that up, because we're still going to join that league. Let's get Blizzard out of here. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Lawrence. Yeah, I don't know. This has been... I don't understand why I'm having issues with getting all these Tormod scripts out of my deck. I don't really understand it. I have 4 Tormod scripts here, right? Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I can't even remove these from my deck for some reason. That's so weird. So I remove them now? Okay, so I can remove them now. Except for this one. I don't know why I can't remove this one. Well, I guess I'll just leave that one there. It'll hopefully still let me join the league, and I'll just drop that from there. So let's do this. Alright. Let's view deck. Make sure they're all there. Nope, just 1 Tormod script now. What the fuck, MTGO? Why does MTGO suck so bad? This is ridiculous. I don't know why this 1 Tormod script is completely locked in. Maybe if I can make a copy of this deck. I'm sorry for this, folks. This is kind of ridiculous. I'm not sure why this is being a problem. Let's do that. Okay, so this looks better already. So we're going to add 4 to this deck. No, 4 to the sideboard. All right, here we go. That should be good. Yeah. All right, let's do this. This should be the deck we're looking for. All right, let's view the deck. Hopefully we have this now. There it is. Okay, cool. So we're good now. Thanks, Lawrence. I appreciate that. All right. So now we're in better shape. So we're basically a mana deck. We have most of our spells most of our things give us mana. We have 8 soul lands, 4 cloud posts, 4 glare posts, just 2 thespian stage, no Vesuvas. So we're basically a 10 post deck. We have 2 God's Eye Gate to Rakai. I don't really know how to pronounce that, so I'm gonna not try to keep butchering it. But that's great with smokestacks because when it's put in a graveyard from the battlefield, you create a 1/1 color spirit creature token. It can be a win condition if you're really desperate. It can also just give you plenty of permanents to feed a smokestack to keep it active more turns. Especially good when you don't have something like a Crucible or a Mirror Retriever or whatnot. And I have 2 Inventor's Fair. It's going to give us the ability to search our library for an artifact. It's going to give us a little bit of life padding as well, so it'll add some life to our life total. It'll be relevant against decks like Burn, which we're definitely going to struggle with a little bit. If we get like a Chalice for 2 down to shut off Price of Progress, we have this in play, and we can like chump block with Mirror Retrievers and whatnot. We can keep Burn on its toes a little bit, gain some life in the process to slow them down to kind of hopefully get ourselves out of the way of lethal. So for artifacts, we're starting in 2 drops. We are Chalice in the Void deck. So we're starting in 2 drops. We got 4 Grim Monolith, 4 Mirror Retriever. So Grim Monolith's going to add 3 mana, 2 mana artifact. 4 mana untap it. Not often going to be really relevant, but you know that's definitely something that you might have to do in some games. 4 Crucible Worlds and less replay lands from our graveyard. It's possible that we should have some number of wastelands in here. Like maybe we shouldn't be on like the couple of Thespian stage. Maybe even like 12 posts doesn't need to be in here. We could possibly be more of just like a lower mud variant with just more artifact mana. Wasteland or Ghost Quarter could definitely be an option. I also consider like Buried Ruin could come in here possibly. Buried Ruin would work really well if you get like a Crucible out, you get like a Smokestacks or a Possessed Portal online. Give you the ability to sacrifice artifacts, buy them back by just replaying a land and kind of get ahead. Also means if your artifacts get countered, you can buy them back and replay them. We got 4 Metalworkers. It's gonna be great for getting our mana up. It's gonna be great for kind of jumping ahead where we need to be. We are trying to resolve 8 mana spells here occasionally, so Metalworker will be great at helping with that. 4 Trinisphere. A turn 1 Trinisphere can lock most decks out of their first 2 or 3 turns. So turn 1 Trinisphere is gonna be real good against especially your cantrip heavy decks like Miracles, Delver, stuff like that. Trinisphere is very good at keeping them down to at max 1 spell a turn. Sometimes it can completely lock a deck out of the game if they're not drawing any lands. We got 4 Smokestack. Smokestack is one of the most miserable cards ever printed. So at the beginning of upkeep, you put a soot counter on it, or you may put a soot counter on it. And at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices permanent for each soot counter on Smokestacks. So every upkeep, you get to decide what order they go in. So on your upkeep, you can do put the sacrifice on the stack and then put the soot counter on the stack. So you'll be able to, or put a soot counter on the stack first, then sacrifice on the stack. So like the first turn you put a soot counter, you're not sacrificing anything because it has 0. And then once it goes to your opponent's turn, they're going to have to sacrifice a permanent because it has a soot counter on it now. So that's a little trick you can do with this. And then there's 4 Thrill Dynamo in here. Again, just artifact mana. It's a way to kind of jump ahead in the mana development. It also keeps it so you can kind of like play, so you don't have to like rely on just your lands. So when you're like stacking things to your smokestacks or whatever, you still have like Thrill Dynamos, Grim Monoliths, Metalworker, stuff like that to produce mana. I'm trying out 2 Paradox Engines. This is probably incorrect. One of these or both of these could probably become like the Buried Runes I was talking about earlier. One of these or both of these could become even something else. I'm not really sure what, but they could become maybe if you want like another draw engine, you could run like Coercive Portal in place of those. You could even run like a couple Staff of Domination main boards, so that way you get like the Metalworker combo you can go infinite with. It's running with Mirror, Construct, and Spirit Beads, or just Concession. So right now we're looking for the mean. So this month I'm going to be doing streaming the meanest. I'm going to find the meanest deck in Magic. So one of the things I'll be doing is paying close attention to how many concessions I get. I'll be paying attention to how many people send me angry messages. So that's pretty much how we're gonna figure out what the meanest deck in Magic is, depending on concessions, um, people raging, things like that. And then whatever deck basically gets the most of any of these wins, I would say. So it's going to be a little bit of a mean month for me. I've got there's going to be like roughly 8 streams this month, and you know, we're going to have roughly 8 different mean decks. This is going to be the first one. This is I mean, Mud Stax is like a deck, but this is going to be a little bit of an angrier variant. Hey, how's it going, Dave? Good to see you. Yeah, I love the mean theme too. That's why that's kind of my thing in Magic. So bet on Pox and Stacks forever. Played I guess Death and Taxes can be a little like people get really annoyed with it. It's just white weenie, and then you get beat down for 2 a turn while your opponent can't really cast things, etc. All right, so Paradox Engine, I don't know if it's correct to keep, but it seems really good with like Grim Monolith. Seems really good if you're trying to like do like multiple planar bridge activations a turn, stuff like that. Above Thran Dynamo is Smokestack, so I'll highlight that for you real quick. Yeah, no problem, Matthew. If you have to check out the VOD, it'll be on Twitch, saved for I think it saves for like I don't know, some number of weeks or whatever, and then it's also going to be on my YouTube, which is my full name. So if you need to find it, it'll be there. So the next card after Paradox Engine is 2 Planar Bridge. So Planar Bridge, artifact for 6, came out in Aether Revolt. Artifact for 6, legendary. It's 8 mana, tap it, search your library for a permanent card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So this is going to be fairly important because once we get a Possessed Portal down, neither player can draw cards at all. So we need to have some way to like get cards out of our library to replay. We need to find some way to be able to continue getting things on board. So Planar Bridge is going to be very good with Possessed Portal if we're getting the lockdown and whatnot. Possessed Portal is if a player would draw a card, that player skips that draw instead. At the beginning of each end step, that's each end step, each player sacrifices a permanent unless he or she discards a card. So basically this is a card that once you're on like, even if it's a full board, you get this deck list is what you want to do, Matthew. Let me get that for you. There you go. So Possessed Portal is going to be a card where you put it on like an even board, and the way our deck's designed, we can actually work around this. Most opponents can't. So we're going to be able to, each end step, each player sacrifices permanents. That's 2 permanents per turn cycle per player. We have stuff like Mirror Retriever. We can kind of cycle our Mirror Retrievers around. We have stuff like Crucible Wells. We can replay lands. We have like a couple Inventor's Fairs. So we can... we have a couple of Inventor's Fairs, so we can search all library for an artifact, put in our hand. So this gives us the ability to still, keep some number of card advantage going. And like Planar Bridge puts a permanent directly into play, so we'll be able to actually continue to do our thing with these cards in our deck through a Possessed Portal. And then the 4 Chalice Void we already kind of briefly discussed, but that's what we're going to go for that. That's the main board at the moment. Like I said, these Paradox Engines could easily come a couple Buried Runes, a couple Wastelands, a couple Ghost Cores, whatever it may be. But I'm going to test them out for now, see if they actually feel relevant, feel good. So sideboard, for Graveyard Hate, we got 4 Tormod's Crypts. So I was going to go with like some number of Relic Progenitus, because like a lot of times Chalice of the Void, if you're against a graveyard deck, not really particularly what you want, because like against Dredge it's not really relevant, but against like Reanimator it is relevant. So it could be correct to just do like so I don't think that, I was going to do Relic because I figured you could board out Chalice and board in Relic, but I think that it's more relevant to have Tormod's Crypt for 1 big graveyard dump, and then have Chalice to shut off like 1 mana spells. Like Reanimator, you get to shut off Reanimate and Tomb, Looting, or Careful Study if it's the blue-black version. They allow their discard 1 mana and whatnot, so I think Chalice of the Void is going to be something we still want for those matchups. Sorcerer's Spyglass, it's Pithing Needle or it's Peaking Needle, I think is what people like to refer to it right now. As it enters battlefield, you look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Activate abilities of the chosen source can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. So like this on the play, sometimes against an opponent, you can just say, okay, turn 1, Sorcerer's Spyglass. Oh, you have 2 Polluted Deltas in hand. I'll name Polluted Delta, and now your opponent essentially has no land. 3 Staff of Domination. So that gives us the ability to post board, be able to gain a lot of life against burn. It gives us the ability to against like depths and stuff, we can 4 mana tap down their Merit Lage. Um, and then again, it gives us the ability to go infinite with Metalworkers. We can gain infinite life, draw all the cards we want, and whatnot. Which a lot of the matchups, like if we want Staff Force, probably stuff like Miracles. I'm not sure if it's gonna be great there, but so, like some of the slower, grindy matchups, we're probably gonna want the Staff of Dominations and the Emrakul. So that's gonna be like kind of like our alternate win condition post board. If we don't think like the grindy smokestack engine's gonna work, like against lands, I probably board in the Staff and the Emrakul. And then like the source, I don't know if I board in everything. I might just board in Spyglass and Crypt, but I'm not 100% on that. So we're gonna figure that out. And then we have 3 Spine of Ishtar. So it's gonna be our answer to any problem permanence. It also, again, a big theme in this deck is trying to work with Possessed Portal. So Spine of Ishtar will blow up an permanent of our opponent. If we sacrifice our Spine of Ishtar to Possessed Portal, it'll return to our hand. So we'll be able to just kind of chain Spine of Ishtars every other turn to keep our opponent really on their toes and really kind of punish our opponents for playing Magic against us, which is kind of the moral of the story with what we're trying to do here. So this is where we're at. So the theme of this month is going to be February. We're trying to find the meanest deck in Magic. So we're going to cross all formats. We're going to play a bunch of different types of styles of decks. Likely we'll see some Lantern in here at some point. Maybe Sunday, I think, is probably going to be Lantern Control. Someone suggested for Pauper, Tron Dinrova Horror. So I'm probably going to try that out. And then, yeah, so we're going to start here. We'll have Pox, we'll have Armageddon Stacks, all those great decks. So this is where we're starting. Matthias, thank you very much for following me on Twitch. I appreciate it. So let's get in the league. I actually had some pretty good screenshots the other day of some games I won against Checkpile. It was a lot of fun. So if you follow me on Twitch, if you follow me on Twitter, or if you don't follow me on Twitter, go check it out. I posted them last night. A couple of very fun games against Checkpile. By fun, I mean fun for me, not for my opponent at all. When you're a slow grindy deck and you don't really have win conditions, that's kind of, I think that's going to be mostly our bread and butter here. So yeah, Dinrova Horror is a recoil on legs. It's like a 4/4 for 6 or whatever. It's like 4 blue black, 4/4 when it enters the battlefield. Return target permanent to its owner's hand, and that player discards a card. Someone informed me that that was apparently a real deck and a mean one at that, so I'm probably gonna try that out. Yeah. I like the sand. The sand seems fine. And so it's not the fastest, but I think here's pretty good, so we're going to keep this. From my perspective, Fun and Magic is a zero-sum game, so this series is right down my alley. Well, I'm glad that you're going to be able to enjoy this then, Matthias. I appreciate that. So my opponent has Chancellor Yannick, so that's a little annoying. So we're probably against Black-Red Reanimator. Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think Blue-Black Reanimator is running Chancellor, because they're running like all the other cards that has, but at least we know we're going to be safe from Wasteland, so we can play out these Cloud Posts. As long as we get a couple turns, we'll be very good here. Okay, with Chalice of the Void, I'm kind of tempted to just jam that, but I think... So I think I'm just going to Chalice for 0 here, and I'll pay the Chancellor tax. No, I'll just wait a turn on that. I would jam Chalice for 1, but it's going to get countered by the Chancellor trigger, so I can't. Yeah, there was a Chancellor revealed. Oh, wait. 2 Chancellors were revealed, actually. I missed the second one. I saw the first one, though. So we are likely just boned. We are likely very boned. So next turn, if we do get a next turn, I'm probably just going to jam Chalice for 0, let it get countered, then resolve a Trinisphere. It looks like my opponent's about to reanimate a Griselbrand, so we're probably in a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, okay. It's a nice Griselbrand you got. So we are in a little bit of uphill battle here already. Off to a great start. I'm actually wondering if jamming Chalice for 0 would have been correct. And just play out the city, Chalice for 0. I don't know. We are getting unmasked right now, so that's not great for us. I don't know if they're gonna, yeah, I don't know. given the way my hand looks, if my opponent can sire us, that's probably what I'm going for if I'm them, but... Yeah, that's pretty much what I was, that's pretty much what I was told was, you can lock out an opponent with the Jinrova Horror. So my opponent took the Chalice, which makes sense. They're likely taking transfer here, which also makes sense. Now we don't have any viable plays for our turn 2 since they still have double Chancellor down. Yeah, it really sucks. So we're just going to have to play a Cloud Post and say go. Next turn we just jam a Metalworker through the double Chancellor trigger. But we're not in good shape. We're going to probably just be dead. Looting. So yeah, we're definitely in a lot of trouble. Has a Sire of Insanity. Assuming they have the Reanimate spell. If they have a Reanimate spell, I'm just going to scoop here. There's definitely no way we're winning from here. It's not like we don't have a Staring Bridge like main or anything like that, so... Exhume, we don't have any creatures. Yeah, we're just... I'll see what they exhume back. If they don't get back Sire, then... Yeah, well, they got back Sire, so we can just concede here. Alright. So we have stuff for this sideboard, though, so it's fine. So I'm bringing 4 Tormod's Crypt. So Paradox Engines I definitely think come out. Possessed Portals I think are a little slow, so those are probably coming out. Especially because it can potentially give my opponent the ability to just discard creatures, which if we're on a board state like that, it probably is not really relevant. If that's the case, Mirror Retrievers are going to probably just be garbage. And then I'm fine with... I think I want Staff for the potential to just do a quick combo, but because they have so much discard, I don't know if that's going to be relevant. I think I'm going to bring in Spyglasses for Gristlebrand. And then, yeah, I think Staffs need to come in, because I think we need the ability to just quick combo my opponent. Spine of Ishtar is possible, but I'm not sure if that's really what I want. I think Smokestacks are going to be very good here. I think Crucible is a little sketchy. I don't think we really want a full play set of Crucible. So I think I can trim a couple of those. And then what else do we trim? Probably just trim both Prime Bridges actually. In which case, if we're gonna try and combo them, I think we bring in the Emrakul so we can combo and just go to that. So we're gonna try this out. I think this is gonna be correct, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, trimming Crucible 2 seems good because we still want Crucible in case we get Smokestack online. We also have we're all permanents unlike them, so we can actually maintain Smokestacks no problem unlike them. So we're gonna try this out. We'll see how this goes. It's possible some number of Ensnaring Bridge should definitely be at least in the sideboard. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking. Can't turn 1 Chalice for once. That's a little unfortunate, but we can turn 2 it. A little tight on mana, though, is what I'm concerned with here. I think I just have to keep this, though. Boy, I'm going to keep it. I think that this hand's defendable to keep. I think it's also defendable to mulligan. I think getting a turn 1 Chalice is probably... I think a turn 1 Chalice is probably something you do want to aim for. At the same time, if my opponent just ends up with a Chancellor hand, we're not going to be able to just get a Chalice anyways turn 2 or what? Turn 1? Oh, no. Oh, I just hit 1, so it's okay. Well, I'll stop my second main. Oh, jeez. The moment you almost pass all the way through your turn. Alright, here we go. Alright, so my opponent's starting with a Fates of Suiting. It's possible mulling this would have been correct, but... Yeah, I guess we do have Crypt in the deck, so there's definitely merit to mulling it. Alright. So we're going to be a little concerned if our opponent has a 2-drop spell to reanimate, but we're going to start with a Chalice for 1 because I think that's going to be the most correct card we can do. My opponent discarded Reanimate, so it's a good chance they probably do have a 2-drop because I don't know if they would discard Reanimate if they didn't have something else they were going to do. Could also just be they have a bunch of redundancy in their hand. Yeah, here comes a 2-drop. Okay, that sucks. Opponent's still at 20 life. Sweet. My opponent hasn't done anything else, so they're just going to their cleanup. Right, so they're getting Chancellor in the yard. So if we can find a Tormod's Crypt or another land, I'd be very happy. Preferably a soul land, so we can go Thrain Dynamo into Staff or Trinisphere, probably. I guess I'll have 3 mana regardless, so we probably just want to go into Staff. So we can tap down their creatures they try and attack with. Let's see. They discard land. So definitely going to Thrain Dynamo. Man. I think... So if we play a Sorcerer Spyglass, they probably just activate Gristlebrand, which means it doesn't really particularly matter. I guess it shuts down any further activations, so maybe we just jam it anyway. Although if they only drew the Bloodstained Mire, no, they have more mana, I'm sure. They're going to reanimate something else, probably a Chancellor, so we'll have to play around that. I think I want the transfer regardless. Keeps them from just like chaining spells. Yeah, Lawrence, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, this hand was probably a little bit slow. My opponent hasn't played another land yet. I assume they're just waiting until second main phase because they're not going to get anything back that has haste, so it's not particularly going to be relevant. This turn I'm definitely playing the Staff of Domination so I can tap down their Gristlebrand, stop them from gaining the life to be able to go nuts drawing cards. If I draw a Metalworker, I likely just play that, but at the same time, they're gonna if they do Wear Tear, okay. Time Slow Transfer, they can't do anything else currently. Oh, you're paying cost on there, buddy, but yeah. Hey, a Metalworker, sweet. So I'm just gonna gem Metalworker here. I think I also gem the Spyglass just to shut off the Gristlebrand. And that'll put me to 10. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I don't want them particularly drawing all that many cards with Gristlebrand. They might do it in response, but that's fine if that's the case. So we know they have Exhume in hand. That's the only thing that they'll really cast, so we're good. Alright. So if they can't kill us here, we can go Infinite with Metalworker next turn. I don't know if they'll just scoop to that. They'll make us actually do something. I actually didn't think about the fact I'm going to have to actually do this on MTGO. I'm not really excited to do this interaction on MTGO. We're going to go to 3 here. Zoom. They get back a Chancellor. Not a huge deal. I think we can pay 1 for all of our spells at this point. We will gain a life. Thespian Stage is fine. Because now we can do this. I guess we really want another artifact in all reality. Fudgicles. Yeah, no, it's definitely not infinite when you have to do everything manually. Yeah, I think we might actually just be dead. Yeah, we don't have enough. We need a third artifact in hand, actually. If I play a Staff, I can't make just like infinite mana. I can tap for 6, 7, 8, 9. If I Staff for 3, I have 6 mana. Be able to untap the Staff. Yeah, we don't have enough mana for this anyway. That sucks. Alright, we lost. So that was pretty miserable for us instead of our opponent. Yeah, adding a Walking Bliss to this deck definitely is going to make a lot of sense. That's definitely what one of those Paradox Engines can become. Well, we're getting paired pretty quickly tonight, so that's good. Yes, I will be on the play. Turn 1 transfer seems fine to me. I'll keep this. See if we can get that. We see if we can sneak through a turn 1 transfer. Nope, opponent's forcing that. Okay. Okay. What'd they pitch? Force a will? Okay. So they're down to force now. That's good to know. Okay. Next time I just play the God's Eye and still transfer anyway. So given Basic Island, Ponder, Force a Will. Decent chance we're against Miracles. It's an okay chance we're against Pile. Here, I think I'm just going to go Dynamo into Transfer. I really want to develop my mana. I really want to develop my mana. So will also give us 8 mana next turn. Another force pitching counter monster. We're definitely against Miracles now. Opponent has all the forces. It's 3 force gone, so yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I'm just gonna try to resolve the Metalworker here, I guess, right? We have 3 cards left. No, I'm just gonna do Transfer. Transfer makes the most sense. Yeah, Possess Portal. We're trying to have fun, okay? Back off, Levi. Alright, opponent did not have a 4th Force of Will in their hand, so that's good. Portent for 3 mana, that seems pretty good. Oh god. Alright, so we're gonna play a Metalworker here, hope it resolves, hope it stays. Smokestack's very tempting though. We don't have the mana quite for it yet though. But we'll next turn. So we're gonna try to resolve a Metalworker here, we'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind next turn to draw Crucible Worlds. Gives me a Jace. Nope, Swords Plowshares, okay. Swords Bounce, Jace Bounce or Swords Plowshares both seem reasonable. Okay. Hey, Smokestack, sweet. And we know our opponent can't interact with us at the moment because of Return of Sphere. Definitely want to top deck a Crucible Worlds here. So we are light on permanents. Our opponent has 4 permanents, we have 5. They'll be the first to have to sacrifice them to Smokestack, which is great. But we'll also end up having to sacrifice our transfer before they have to sacrifice anything. So we'll put the set counter on after we sacrifice. Okay. Yes. Another Ancient Tomb's fine. It's 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually just going to play out the second Smokestacks. It gives us the ability to just sacrifice this to itself. Okay. Entreat the Angels, interesting. Entreat for 2, I guess, is okay. It puts 2 more permanents on the board for them. We're down to 11, so that's actually a pretty relevant clock, especially when they have 5 lands in play. So we likely might just be dead here, actually. That's kind of frustrating, but that does happen. Alright. So I'm going to sacrifice this God's Eye, because I don't think it's going to be relevant. It'll give us another permanent to sacrifice as well. I'm going to add 2 and add 1 to my Smokestacks here. Yeah, we are likely just dead, Lawrence. Yeah. Going all the way in seems good to me, too. Okay. That puts us back to 13, which is pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1 more mana. We can get Possess Portal on board. Okay. Shame our Spirit can't block flyers. Having that awkward Spirit that just doesn't fly, that's always good. Predicting themselves, okay. What are they naming? Terminus. They're drawing 2 cards of predict. Okay. Alright, so they have 4 permanents on board. I don't really know if I want to take these stacks up any further, but I think I might have to. So we'll be at 5. Yeah, our Ancient Tombs are basically offline. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to wipe the board completely. I will sack the Spirit. I will sack an Ancient Tomb, since we can't really afford to take the damage. And then I will stack... What am I going to sacrifice here? Okay, I guess I'm going to sacrifice probably this Trinosphere. Alright, no, I'm going to stack the other Ancient Tomb. I'm not going to add any more, right? Oh, I'm going to have to add more, aren't I? That sucks. Okay. Yes, I'm going to add one more. I'll play this out, which is good. What the hell? Did I not add another account of that? Son of a biscuit. I meant to add another account of that smokestack. Apparently I just suck at this game. Surprising nobody. So soot counter, soot counter. All right, which one's this? This is a sacrificing 2. So on this one, I'm going to sacrifice God's Eye. Ooh, hello. I'm going to sacrifice the God's Eye Gate and the smokestack on 2. And the other one, I'll just sack the Spirit. Okay. Okay. Oh, no! No! I am clearly too tired to be playing this deck right now. Hey, I gained exactly 3 life. I clicked the goddamn smokestack. Doesn't work out when you're me, Lawrence. Doesn't work out when you're me. Alright. So we're dropping our Paradox Engines. Oh, man. Yeah, it wasn't really MTGO. MTGO, while it's a little awkward to run on sometimes, when you have to, especially streaming, when you're paying attention to this and streaming, trying to pay attention to chat, it's a little awkward, but it wasn't really MTGO's fault that I clicked the smokestack like an idiot. Alright, so I'm bringing in the Emrakul. I'm dropping the Paradox Engines. I don't think Paradox Engine does enough here. I feel like I probably want Spines. Oh, thanks, Levi. I appreciate that. I don't know why you're trying to be nice to me considering what I'm doing here, but... yeah, I think Possess Portal is going to be a little too slow here. And Miracles runs a lot of lands. They can also Mentor, which means, like, Possess Portal and Smokestacks aren't things I'm really excited for. I think Smokestack can actually be okay, but I think Possess Portal is going to be way too slow. Stopping a draw definitely makes that more relevant. I'll drop 2 Smokestack instead. I kind of want the Staff of Domination so we can try to go infinite, but I think our opponent's going to have more than enough answers to our Metalworkers and whatnot, so I don't think that's the plan we really want to go on. So I'm not going to bother with that. Yes, we'll definitely play first. Yeah, we're going to keep this. We can Chalice for 1. I can also try to just turn 1 Trinosphere. I think Chalice for 1's a safer bet. Hey, our opponent F6, so we know they didn't have a response to that. Sweet. Okay. Here I'm just going to resolve a Trinosphere. Or try to resolve a Trinosphere. Next turn I'm just going to try and cast a Grimala so we can set ourselves up for Spine of Ishtar. And we can start gaining life back with that Inventor's Fair that we have as well. Play Cloud Post here, so next turn we have a lot of mana between our Monolith, our Cloud Post, our Ancient Tomb and whatnot. If we draw a Possess Portal, we'll definitely be trying to resolve that. It's a glitter post. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can exactly cast a Spine of Vishal and try to blow up their volcanic island, which I'm actually into. So we're gonna do that. Wait, was that not 7? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count clearly. Let's see. So I'm going to be one short, so I don't need to tap the Ancient Tomb for this. Just tap the Grim Monolith. Get the Spine out there. I have to picture they're going to counter this, but... It's possible in response they're just trying to like wear my Chalice, but I highly doubt that. Yeah, counterspell makes sense. Okay. Alright, so my opponent missed the land drop, so that's good for us. You can also like tutor here. I can tutor for a Crucible, replay the Inventor's Fair, and then end up tutoring for a Smokestack. I think it's what I'm probably in the, which is probably what I'm in the business for right now. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Spine them. Sure, I will spine them. 4, 5, 6, 7, spine. I guess if they are missing land drops, it probably does make sense to spine them. I'm gonna get rid of the Volk to shut off Wear Tear. I mean, like, granted, they have like a bunch of fetches, and they can easily find another one, most likely, but yeah, Inventor's Fair Crucible is very good. Alright, so now they're off red at the moment. They could still have, like, Council's Judgment. I haven't seen it yet, though. So I kind of want to resolve this Metalworker here, honestly. But I do want to get this Inventor's Fair off, so I think I'm gonna do the Inventor's Fair. Chalice for 2. I could go with the Chalice for 2. I think that's right. That shuts off... What does that shut off? Snapcaster Mage, which I don't... Chalice for 2 might be a little sketchy. I think Chalice for, like, 4 might have been okay, but I don't know. I think here I'm just going to try and put a Metalworker in play. See if they want to answer. If they want to answer Metalworker, I'm actually fine with that. Like, Chalice for 2 shuts off, like, Predict, Counterspell. Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence, absolutely. It's like every time I try to say it, you have it. You always say it before I can. Alright, I'm going to crack this Inventor's Fair now. Now I'm definitely cracking this. I'm going to go get Crucible. I'll replay Inventor's Fair. I think I can actually get Smokestack. I can't play it this turn. Reveal 2. Done. 4 mana. Disenchant. Oh, yeah, true. Disenchant's a good call. So replay Crucible. 1, 2, 3. Replay Inventor's Fair. Alright, my opponent scooped, which I'm not really surprised about. Wonder if I actually do want Staff of Domination. Might be correct. Is there anything in here I don't particularly like, though, is the question. I'm going to keep in any number of Smokestack and Possess Portals. I think I need to keep Crucible Worlds. Honestly, Mirror Retriever might be the odd permanent out to get Staff of Dominations. I guess we still get to keep at least 1. I think I'd want to at least keep 2, though, is the only problem. I could drop a Crucible, I suppose. Try this. It's possible, like, a Possess Portal, because we're going to be probably tutoring for it, if anything. It's possible a Possess Portal could just come out, since we can just tutor for it. If we also go, like, Infinite Staff, we could just draw into it. If we go Infinite Staff, we're probably just losing, though. I think this hand's a pretty easy mulligan. I'm a little concerned with the fact we don't really have mana here. This hand seems fine. We got turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Transfer. Thespian Stage for more mana is great by me. I think this hand's good. Engineering Explosives for 0. Okay, so we're not going to play the Chalice right after that, apparently. I suppose we can play the Chalice just to make him use the EE, but I don't think that's really where we want to be. I'm going to hit a couple Peaking Needle, randomly fetches James. Yeah. I guess Peaking Needle would have been great here against the Engineering Explosives too. I think I'm fine just playing a Chalice for one here. Kind of forces them to answer it. So like if they don't have the counter magic, they have to pop this EE, which basically time walks them a turn. If we then resolve a Trinosphere, like then they're like basically stuck for mana for the next 2 or 3 turns. So I think this is fine. Okay. Play the Glare Post here, I'll gain a life. Attempt to resolve this Trinosphere. So between Trinosphere and them having to blow up this EE, they'll be slowed down for a couple turns now. Snapcaster Mage in response, okay, that's fine. Not really excited that they have Snapcaster Mage, but I'm fine with it. Alright, now we have Emrakul in hand, which is great. So we can keep developing our mana, we can eventually cast this Emrakul, and that should be roughly game set match. Okay. So we're at 7 mana right now. We can Staff of Domination to blow up, to force them to use Engineer Explosives. And also Staff to force to blow up their Snapcaster Mage. Oh, they disenchant. Look at that. Ugh. Gross. So I guess if they have another Snapcaster Mage, that disenchant's going to come back to hit us again. I have to picture they snap disenchant the Thran Dynamo since we have a lot of mana and Chalice doesn't really matter. Oh, Possess Portal, that's going to be fun. Alright. Let's see if we can't answer the Snapcaster Mage now. Force a Will, okay, just in time. So down to 1 card in hand. Hopefully this last card's not a Snapcaster Mage, because this is Snap Disenchant our Thran Dynamo. We might be in a little bit of trouble here. Okay, it's Snap Disenchant, so we're in trouble. Oh my god. Not sure how much worse this game could have gone for us. Yeah, well. Oh yeah, Possess Portal, there we go. That's what went off the top. Yeah, we just did. Damn it. That should probably be one of our better matchups, honestly. I know, right, Lawrence? They should just ban top already. Why they no ban top? Miracles is still like a thing and good. I just can't believe I misclicked and clicked on that stupid smokestack to sacrifice it, and then they got to kill me with the one angel. I'm not playing any Ensnaring Bridge, and I think that's a mistake given how the first 2 matches have gone. So like this is the deck right here. Ensnaring Bridge, I think, could probably just be like the 3 spines and the Emrakul. Like Emrakul's fine, but I don't know if it's better than like just having more defense. Like it could even just be like 3 spines and like a Paradox Engine could be an Ensnaring Bridge or something like that. I think no E-Bridge is definitely, from what I've seen so far, no Ensnaring Bridge is definitely incorrect. Yeah, Emrakul I threw in there for like a post board. Like if I'm going on Staff of Domination Metalworker plan, I can staff into casting hard, like drawing into and casting Emrakul. But I think that's a little bit greedy. I have 4 Grim Monolith in here, Lawrence. When the die roll, so I didn't play. Yeah, this hand, if it actually had not a second legendary land, would be great, I think. But, like Like, if we're playing, like, against a slow, non-interactive deck, this hand's great, but I think we have to mulligan otherwise. This hand seems not much better, but it seems fine. We can keep it with the scry. I think this hand's fine. We can bottom the City of Traders. Likely just turn 1 Cloud Post here. Try to turn 2 a Metalworker. Turn 2 Stax. Oh my god. You are savage, Lawrence. Although turn 2 Stax is possibly the correct call. My opponent immediately starts with Wasteland. Awesome. Alright, we're going for turn 3 Stax then. Alright, what deck's going to lead on Wasteland and call it a day? Maybe Death and Taxes. Maybe Lands. Lands usually is going to have a better first turn than just Wasteland, though. So probably Bug Delver. Could possibly be Grixis Delver. Alright. Well, I'm going to do it off double Ancient Tomb. I don't want to just play City and have to sack it next turn. So we're going to try the Smokestack. Opponent dazes it. Okay. Probably ran that one into daze a little unnecessary, but I'm assuming, Lawrence, you're about to say don't play into daze. That's why you're saying wait? Yeah. Yeah, playing Grim around daze might have been smart. So now my opponent had an Underground Sea in hand. After this Brainstorm, God only knows if they'll end up having it. Yeah, I considered casting Grim Monolith first, but it was definitely a mistake to not do that. Playing around daze was very smart after we figured with Wasteland, Deathrite, it was probably a Bug Delver deck. Might still be Grixis Delver, but I'm leaning towards Bug Delver. They returned an Underground Sea to their hand for the daze, and they fetched out an Underground Sea. I think Grixis probably goes for Volk by now, but if they knew they were going to play the second Deathrite, I guess they could have still played the second Deathrite either way. But, yeah. Alright. I'm just going to, I think it's Jam Metalworker here. Attack me, I dare you. I will block. I'm actually wondering if right now my opponent has a Fatal Push in hand, but no way to trigger the Revolt. So they can't just Fatal Push the Metalworker. If I can top deck Possess Portal here, that would be amazing. Because I can just cast a Possess Portal, and while I don't have a way to get any further on board, I can at least dump their board before mine, since I have plenty of permanents in hand. Okay, they do have a way to trigger Revolt, so they can Fatal Push. Okay. You didn't trigger Revolt first, dumbass. Yay! Now they triggered Revolt. It's going to make them feel really sad if they have to do that all over again for another Fatal Push, but it's going to be another Fatal Push since they now finally triggered Revolt. It's probably going to be I'm assuming this is going to end up being Abrupt Decay, but their Squires are technically better than my Squires, but oh, that sucks. Himtarg's a very good card. I'm going to say my Squire can at least tap for a bunch of mana and put big things into play. Not really at the moment can my Squire do that. Smokestack, so that's kind of neat. I'm fine using the Metalworker mana for it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't particularly want to take much more damage off these Ancient Tombs for now, if I can help it. If my opponent dazes and I have to, that's fine. Like, I'll pay for it, but I also can't particularly go in on the Smokestack yet, because my opponent has almost as many permanents as I do. At the moment, a Crucial Worlds won't solve that problem, because with Death Rights I won't be able to just get lands back and forth anymore. I guess eventually Smokestack's going to outgrind that though, so could be okay. Alright, so we have to resolve our Smokestack, that's cool. Okay. My opponent will not have to sacrifice anything to our 0-step counters. My opponent is equalizing the board with permanents. That's not good for us. Alright, they triggered a Volt before they cast this Fatal Push, so that's good. Glad they figured that one out. Yeah, so now we can't really do anything with the Smokestack because we are equal on board with permanents. I guess since we're ahead of them on the Smokestack with the triggers and whatnot, we could start Smokestack. We have to, we just boost it up to like a really high number. We'll still get their board, but we'll end up being like 0 permanents both sides. Not sure what my opponent's casting right now with double black. Assuming they're going to delve a bunch of cards for Gurmag Angler. They're trying not to delve as much. Tombstalker, way better than Gurmag Angler. I draw a Mirror Retrievers, I can't even chump that. Okay. So my opponent's basically emptying their hand. Okay, so the Smokestack, we're very behind on board right now. My opponent's got a very permanent heavy draw here. Okay, attacking with Deathright, it's fine. Both on 0 cards in hand, so we need to get something going here. So we'll not sacrifice anything, we will put a set counter on it. I have to do something, so I guess I have to just try to do something here. Yeah, we can resolve a Planar Bridge. That's fine. We're not particularly going to be able to activate it at all, but we can resolve it. I guess next turn we can make Thespian Stage, copy an Ancient Tomb. I think we might just be dead though, right? That's 2, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 2, 3, 4 plus 5. So our Ancient Tombs are shut off after this. Yeah, we're just fucked. We just dead here. I don't think we have any outs at this point. Since we have stuff like Planar Bridge and Inventor's Fair, I'm wondering if I should have at least like a 1 or a 2 of Ensnaring Bridge, like a 1 or 1 or 2 of a few things. Jesus, my opponent's all permanents. Yeah, we're just dead here. That's time to concede and save time. All right, so I kind of want these Spyglasses, but not really. Kind of want Tormod Scripts knowing they're on Tombstalkers and stuff, but I think that's a little too much. So Spyglass I think is fine. Naming Deathright seems okay. Paradox Engine I think definitely needs to be removed from this deck list. It just really hasn't ever been relevant. I'm going to trim a Possessed Portal. I'm going to trim a Smokestack because I think that we just don't want to be too slow and having large, high mana costs in our hand to do nothing with. It's also making me think I definitely should have added Wastelands to this deck list, which is something I was very skeptical about, but went ahead without anyway. I think this is fine. I could see getting rid of Metalworkers for like something else, but I don't think that's correct. I think having Metalworkers in here is fine. Right? Yeah, I don't know if the mana for Metalworkers is really relevant. I think I would do Spines in place of those. I'll do some Spines. I don't know if I still want Metalworker though. I don't know. Try and get creative, and I think I'm getting too creative is the problem. I'm going to trim another Smokestack. I think Smokestack is too good, though. I don't know what to do here. I'm still learning this deck. I think I built this deck really bad. Yeah, I'll trim a couple Smokestack. I think I want to keep it a Possessed Portal. I'll trim a Spine. Have Spine as like a tutor target, mostly. That's what we're going to try here. So this is what we're going to go with. So we're doing 4 Sorceress Spyglass, 2 Spine of Ishtar. That was it for board again, right? Yeah. And then we boarded out a mirror retriever, 2 smokestack, and a possess portal. And 2 paradox engine. What the hell else did we boarded in? Clearly I'm not paying close enough attention. We didn't board anything else. Okay. Ah, we will play first. Chalice for 1? Yay! Chalice for 1. Keep. We can turn to a metalworker too. Oh, we can turn to a crucible world. Sweet. Let's chalice run down. I think we're going to try and turn to a Trinisphere though. As much as I'd love to turn to just like jam a crucible, I don't really want to jam something like a crucible into a daze. I think I'm fine with the Trinisphere going into a daze, but not the crucible so much. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to jam Crucible. If they have Wasteland, I'd rather have Crucible in play. And then Crucible also means I can play around the days anyways better because I can just keep replaying lands and whatnot. So that definitely seems correct. We'll jam Crucible. Next turn we got a Trinisphere. Could be worth it just to go Metalworker. Since it looks like my opponent's mostly just on like Fatal Push. My opponent fetched on their upkeep. I don't know if that means that they have too many lands and they're trying not to draw more. Or what that means. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. No offense, watching this trainer act is exactly what I need to say. Oh, I'm very happy for you, Levi. Good for you. Glad I could help. So we're going to try Metalworker here because if my opponent has 1 mana removal mostly. If they have Abrupt Decay, they're going to want to hit Chalice with it. If they use Abrupt Decay on Metalworker, I'm fine with that because then we still have Chalice on board. But they can't like just Fatal Push my Metalworker and whatnot, so I'm fine with jamming a Metalworker here. And then next turn, if they don't answer the Metalworker, we have 11 mana with what we have currently. If we draw another artifact, we'll have 13 mana. So I think I'm fine with this. 13 mana, we can actually play a Planar Bridge, play a Grimalith, and activate Planar Bridge, which means we can just go get like a Possess Portal, which means they're locked out of any further draws. We have a Crucible World, so we're not locked out at all from Possess Portal. Yeah, okay. So this Glaring Pose is actually perfect. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to activate this. 3. Done. Let's see. So if they have Force, I could be playing this greedy by just jamming Planar Bridge into a Force, possibly. If I jam Trinisphere first, I have to wait a turn on Planar Bridge, but at least I can keep them off Force. And at the moment, with the 2 lands in play, they can't cast anything else anyway. So I'm definitely going to do that. I know it's probably playing a little too safe, but I'm actually fine with this. Okay, so my opponent just scooped from all that, so we're good. Alright. So that went a lot better than the last couple of games. It was good. I don't know if Spyglasses are particularly what I want. But I think that this iteration is fine. If they're on the plays, they might actually be able to resolve Death Rights and stuff, so I'll just keep this. We can turn one on Chalice, which is great. We'd have to turn one into a Daze, possibly, which is fine. We can turn into a Transfer regardless, so if they have double Daze, like they have double Daze. They have Daze Force blue card, like they have Daze Force blue card, whatever. So I'll try to jam and turn 1 Chalice on 1, and then I'll try to jam turn 2 Trinisphere. Okay. The fact they're pondering off the bat, not leading off with any type of pressure or creatures, means their hand likely needs a little bit of help, which is a good sign. What's my pass into one? Pass to response is F2 for me. That's odd. Okay. Alright. So let's try and jam this Chalice for 1. Done. Alright, so that worked. Awesome. So we're off to a great start. My opponent didn't have an interaction for Chalice 1. Wasteland's kind of annoying, but that's fine. They really want to Wasteland us and hold off on their 2 drops and 3 drops and whatnot. That's perfectly okay. They use this Wasteland on this. We can get our posts in play and whatnot. Time is on our side. Mirror Retriever's a little... It's fine. Not amazing, but it's fine. I'm going to leave it out on Adventurous Fair. If they have another Wasteland, I'd rather them go after this first Adventurous Fair than a later one. Because we have the second one in hand, so if they try to Wasteland this now, we'll not have that awkward moment where we'll have to worry about like a double legendary land. So... Okay. It's probably Abrupt Decay, yep, okay. So we play out this Mirror Retriever. If they try to kill it, or if they try to like attack into it, we can... Oh, they're actually going to Surgical out. Oh, Ancient Tombs, okay. That seems incorrect, but sure. This also now means our Mirror Retriever can return our Chalice of the Void, so they can't do any further Surgicals. Ancient Tomb's actually fine. If I had another Ancient Tomb in hand, I would have played it. We have men in our hands, so we don't particularly want to draw more lands, so that actually works for me a little bit. Close out Shax. I don't feel like looking at my opponent. Close that out because I don't need to see that they got all 4 Ancient Tombs. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Okay. Alright. So we're just going to play a Mirror Retriever here. We'll see if we end up getting our Chalice of the Void back or not. Next time we'll just be trying to resolve a transfer. So we have a definite thing we can block here. That's fine. Oh, what are you doing? Another Surgical on my Chalice. Okay, so we're not getting Chalice of the Void back, clearly. So my opponent really doesn't want us to have anything. They've used 2 Surgicals against Mud, which is like... Sure. You boarded in Surgical against Mud, you win. Hitting Chalice is more relevant than hitting Ancient Tomb, I think, but still a little awkward. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and resolve this here. Trinisphere or Try-Do. I love if they force blue card here. If they had to force blue card here, that means it's the last 2 cards in hand. We just have to fight through a Tarmogoyf. We still have the option where if they do attack us, they counter this transfer now. We just block with our Mirror Retriever, and then we get our transfer back anyway. We're also ramping up to the point where we'll have mana for Spine of Bischoff for this Tarmogoyf. Okay, so transfer resolved, so their 2 cards in hand are hopefully just stranded. Not going to be attacking my Mirror Retriever. I'm going to hold this back. Kind of sucks we can't get any value from this and end up like getting our Chalice back like we were originally hoping to, but we'll see what happens here. Wasteland. You're annoying. Okay. So we're still stuck on 3 mana, essentially. So if I don't draw a different land, I'm probably not going to do anything next turn, unfortunately. I'm just going to take 3 from this Tarmogoyf this turn. If I can draw like a City of Traders, I'm definitely going to jam this Thran Dynamo. This is another Tarmogoyf. We're definitely in trouble, though. Yeah, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble now. Cloud Post is a good start. Not bad. Okay. My opponent has another wasteland, then I had 3 wastelands, so what can we do? Really. I'm fine taking another 6 here. Starting next turn is where I'm probably looking to start blocking things. I would love to be able to have Thespian Stage copy Cloud Post now, but unfortunately we're short of mana. Another Tarmogoyf? Jesus Christ. Wow. Triple Wasteland, triple Tarmogoyf? That's going to be... I think that's going to be a little too much for us to handle here, so we're probably just dead. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're only at 5 mana. I don't want to tap that because I want that to copy Cloud Post. So I can block one of these Tarmogoyfs, go to 4. We can spine a second one. I think we're just dead after that, though, right? Yeah, we have 3 artifacts almost. No, we don't have 3 artifacts because we'll have to block next turn. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this Cloud Post now since that's what we're going to be doing. Alright. I think here we're just going to have to block one of these. If we can top deck another Mirror Retriever, it'll be okay to kind of do like a Mirror Retriever loop to get these Tarmogoyfs blocked for a few turns while Spine of Ishtar takes over. It's going to be Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay would put us in lethal. Fatal Push puts us in lethal because their Tarmogoyfs will go to 4 each, so that sucks. Okay. We lost again. So this is a miserable match. 3 Wastelands to keep us off our mana, 3 Tarmogoyfs to punch us hard real quick. Not much we can do about that. It's possible I should have blocked earlier just to get a block in, but... Yeah, 3 Wastelands was just a little too much for us. We didn't see any Sorcerer's Spyglass, unfortunately, so we couldn't kind of peek at what they were doing. Which is kind of why I boarded them in. Like, I wanted to see what they had in hand to be able to react to it. It happens. I would love to be able to name Wasteland in that game. If we name Wasteland in that game, that's a completely different game. Because at that point, like, they had taken our Ancient Tombs and then surgicaled them out. That's 3 less land we can draw. Which isn't as relevant as, like, they surgicaled out Chalice after Abrupt Decay, which it happens. I don't know if surgical is really the best for them. Like, they would have probably been better. I don't even know what the hell they boarded out for surgical, but I don't know. Surgical didn't seem great there. But maybe it worked. I don't know. Maybe them taking out our Ancient Tombs is what slowed us down. But really, it was the Wastelands. 3 Wastelands, 3 Tarmogoyfs. That's really hard. That's a really fast clock for us to fight. So they keep us back, and then they hit us for 3 damage a turn. It's pretty good. Actually, I guess the clock would have remained roughly the same because I blocked his Tarmogoyf earlier. I would have taken extra points of damage 2 more turns. So actually, not blocking I believe not blocking actually did save me. I think it saved me 1 point of damage technically. So I took 6 twice. I would have taken 3, then taking 8. So I guess it saved me, yeah. So not blocking saved me a point of damage, I guess. But blocking would have only dealt me 1 more point of damage, so it really didn't matter. Trying the math on that, yeah, I think that's correct. Ugh, 03. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to play more combo and check pile. Last time I played against multiple combo decks, so I was expecting to see a little more combo tonight. When I tested against check pile. That went really well. Opponent right off the bat said, "Hi, have fun," so that's nice of them. Lee J's on Grixis control. Okay, good to know. This hand seems kind of like garbage. There's more. If this was a soul land here, I would keep this hand in a heartbeat, but I don't think we can keep this. This hand seems fine. I'm fine with keeping this. We got turn 2 Melworker, which the answer that's fine. We got there's another land too, so we're okay here. It's gonna start on Glare Post and say go. This is John Maria Card. Oh, okay. That's neat. It also explained why my opponent was pretty kind, saying, hi, good luck, right off the bat, so it's good to know. I feel like I've heard the name Lee J before, so I'm not really surprised. Inquisition of Kozlek, so we're going to lose this Metalworker right off the bat. And that's all they can take, so they have to take Metalworker here. So next turn we're probably going to play Inventor's Fair, and the turn after that we can play Thran Dynamo. Naturally, if we draw like a Trinosphere, we'll probably just jam City of Traders, jam Trinosphere, but wonder if my opponent's like sitting there reading my cards, thinking, what the hell is this crap? So I'm just going to jam an Adventurous Fair here. Gives our opponent the information of what we drew for turn, which is fine. Like, it really doesn't particularly matter. We're not going to be casting anything this turn anyway, so it doesn't really... We might as well play the Adventurous Fair so we can play City of Traders and maintain the 4 mana in play. In the event we can't resolve the Thran Dynamo. My opponent casting a Brainstorm. I'm assuming my opponent wants more information to figure out what they're going to do for their turn. They could be looking for Wasteland. They could be looking for more discard. They could also just... My opponent could also just be looking for more land. Okay, Ponder. So my opponent's definitely trying to dig and get things going. Seeing the Valk gives it way more relevance. That's probably Grixis control of Young Pyromancer, or maybe not Young Pyromancer, but at least Grixis. Oh my God, what else I should. Lawrence, you need to check your messages on Facebook in one moment. All right, so opponent pondered, and looks like they're going to pass. Yeah, opponent's passing. All right. Ooh, Chalice. I was hoping not to just jam a Chalice here, but I think... All right. I'm assuming this deck probably plays Daze, right? All right, I'm going to try this Thran Dynamo. I kind of want to jam Chalice, but if this resolves, I can then jam Chalice through a Daze. All right, force pitching Brainstorm, so that's good. We got the force out of their hand. So next turn we're going to try and resolve a Chalice. I hate to lose the mana that Thran Dynamo would give us, but... And it's possible jamming Chalice was still correct. But I think having the force come out of my opponent's hand was better. Like Chalice we can play around Daze, but either one we couldn't play around. We can play around Daze either way. If they don't counter the Thran Dynamo, we still play Chalice around Daze anyway. Young Pyromancer, okay. Now we're definitely in trouble. My opponent has Cobble Therapy here. We're pretty fucking dead. Yeah, we're pretty fucking dead. If my opponent doesn't name Chalice here, they name something else, they get that, and then they have tokens to... Yeah, we're just fucking dead, I think. Flare Bridge, yeah, you can take that. I don't have nearly enough mana to use that card at all anyway. Paradox Engine is probably the correct card to take there, honestly. Especially since you know you're going to Therapy Flashback. So here goes our Chalice. So we probably should have just jammed Chalice in the Forest and called it a day. But, guys, either way, they had Force and, ooh, Smokestack. We can never actually keep the Smokestack online. I guess I'll just have to play it, though. Like, can't do anything with it yet, but I have to at least play it, I think. I might be wrong. We're likely just dead here, though. At this point, I really just need to get artifacts and play to start getting some life off this Inventor's Fair, but with my opponent's deck being mostly cantrip, I think we're just dead here. I think I'm okay with actually just scooping. Like, we can play out some Mirror Retrievers or whatever and get to block and, like, buy things back and then block again and buy things back. Hey, Oren, how's it going? Not a whole lot going on here. I have 0-3, so yeah. Yeah, these Paradox Engines should definitely be in Snaring Bridge. I definitely want to find some room for Buried Ruin in my deck, I think, but this Paradox Engine sucks. I boarded out every single game, and now it's like just stuck in my hand, and it's absolutely useless. Doesn't do anything on this board state. So we're going to go ahead and put these triggers on the stack. I'm not going to be using it because I do not want to be sacrificing permanents to smokestack at the moment. Cloud Post, not a great top deck. I guess at the same time, like, it pretty much just replaces itself, so it doesn't really matter with the Sage Traders. You like my cursor, Mark Kubiak? It moves around a lot, doesn't it? I like to point to things with my cursor, so sorry about that, Mark. Okay. Okay. Oh man, yeah, I'm not sure why I'm still in this game. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. I think I'll be better just going to the next one. Let's go to the next game. I definitely need Ensnaring Bridge though. Spyglass I don't think is gonna be relevant. Looks like my opponent's mostly just fetch lands. I don't think they're wastelands. There might be wastelands there. Maybe Mark, or not Mark, maybe Lawrence will have some more insight on that. I don't really think my sideboard's geared for this matchup very well. Like, I could probably do the spines. Not the spines. I could probably do the Staff of Domination just to, like, get them, but assuming my opponent's got plenty of removal for artifacts and whatnot. Paradox Engine is just miserable. I'm getting rid of that. Smokestack and Possess Portal are just going to be terrible here. Possess Portal is going to be better than Smokestacks just because of the fact that it at least stops the cantrips from drawing cards. So it actually makes my opponent run out of gas a bit. I think I want staffs for sure. I think spines might be okay. Yeah, but if my opponent's running Wastelands, I'm wondering if I want Source of Spyglass. I'm going to go with that. My opponent's probably not running Wastelands. So I think I'm just going to go with Spine of Ishtar. Actually, so far I'm not a really big fan of these Tormod scripts. Kind of feel like I just want to get rid of them, but I'm going to bring in a Spine of Ishtar, just like a random answer I can tutor for something that might be a problem. This hand's not great. I'm going to mulligan. This hand's fucking horrible. And this has a Chalice for 1, so we're going to try it out. I don't think I want more lands, so I'm going to bottom that. Just going to try and jam this Chalice for 1 and call it a day. Hopefully it works. Alright, awesome. Got to resolve a Chalice for 1, so that's good. Alright, so I don't think casting a staff here is any good. But playing a Cloud Post here, we could jump from... We'll have 4 mana for sure next turn to cast a Threatened Dynamo. We could have 5 mana if we end up with a... Which isn't as relevant if we end up with a Glimmer Post, so... Play Cloud Post first. Yeah, Lawrence, I definitely want to play that Metalworker deck. So that's probably going to be one of the decks I play this month. Michael Coyle's Metalworker deck. It's actually somewhat what this deck was somewhat inspired by that list. My opponent on my upkeep is fetching. It's blue-black on my upkeep. Tapping a permanent. Oh. Nice. Love me for some Fire Ice, so as much as that kind of was annoying to have that happen, I'm fine with it. So let's play this God's Eye, and we'll pass. Again, if that's a glare post, we'd have 2-3 mana. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to know my opponent's entire deck list. I'm fine with discovering some things on my own, for sure. But Fire Ice is a sweet card. I like that card a lot. It's also good to know, because it does kill a Metalworker, so... Alright, 3, 4. I'm going to try to resolve a Thran Dynamo here. Let's pull up some mana. I guess I can just resolve a Staff here. Over the next few turns, I can, like, gain a life here or there. I'll have it in place. So I can start, like, if I have to tap down creatures or whatever, or start drawing cards, I can do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm sure this Chalice of the Void is probably locking my opponent out of a lot of things that they could do. As we saw the other game, my opponent's on a lot of Ponder, Brainstorm. We saw Cobble Therapy. We saw Lightning Bolt. So Chalice for One's obviously doing very good. This Volcanic Island fetch at end of turn could mean a Wear Tear. Could also mean a K command. K command would be rough for us. K command I figure is going to be Shatter Chalice, discard, and we'll discard the Strategic Traders. Yeah, that's what it is. Look at that. Called it. It was pretty obvious anyway, so it's not like called it was really impressive, but... Alright, opponent, what you got? What you got? Here comes Pyromancer or something, maybe. Oh, okay, 4 mana Jace. Is that Jace we're about to see? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. So we have access to 9 mana next turn. This is a Jace. We're going to hopefully... Oh, it's a Gurmag Angler. Okay. Gurmag Angler, we're still going to hopefully... if we draw into Spine of Ishtar, we can just answer that right out. If we don't, we can use Staff of Domination to tap it down, so it can't actually deal damage to us. We have another God's Eye Gate to the red guy. I'm going to just keep this in hand. Like, we could just play it and sacrifice... I guess we can just play it and sacrifice 1, just get a chump blocker for a turn. Oh, no, but we lose City of Traders. Damn it. Oh, pay attention, Aaron. What are you doing? Oh, we still have plenty of mana to cast all the cards in our deck, but that just really is unfortunate. I'll just gain a life here. Okay. 1, 2, and 5. So I can actually still untap my Staff and tap down their Gurmag Angler, so I'm going to do that at the beginning of their combat. Staff and Nin wouldn't be too bad for this matchup, because dealing 1 damage to our opponent can just result in dealing 1 damage to a target creature or player can help us keep Young Pyromancer in control. I mean, if I had to tap Ancient Tube, it's still better than taking 5, so it's not really a huge deal, but Pyromancer is a little obnoxious. No. Now we in trouble. Oh boy. My opponent is going nutto. Trinisphere, I don't think does enough for us. Oh, another Gurmag Angler. I missed that. I should have paid closer attention. I'm going to try to resolve Trinisphere anyways, because it does restrict my opponent to, at the moment, 1 spell a turn. I don't think I can keep the Young Pyromancer under control anyway, but... Yeah, the old second Angler. Alright, my opponent's back up to 2 spells a turn with that land, so that's great for us. Great for us, I mean, not really. So I can take 2 to tap one of these Gurmag Anglers, at least save myself 3 damage. They likely don't come in with Young Pyromancer because he doesn't want to lose it to my Spirit. I think my Spirit has to block the second Gurmag Angler anyway. I was all set to start like just drawing cards by Staff of Domination given the board, and then my opponent just did like this. This was like 2 turns ago. I put this on board and was like, I might start getting to draw cards, and then my opponent just kind of vomited everywhere. So that's fun. I really need Ensnaring Bridge in this deck. That was a huge mistake. I don't think Mirror Retriever actually does anything. Gets back Chalice for no reason. Yeah, I'm just dead. I can't come back from this. I don't have like Ugin or All Is Dust. I should probably have some number of any one of those. So this deck list needs a lot of work. We're running to round 5. We're 0-4, so another good week. Sunday we get nut-trawed by like Sneak and Show and crap like that. Today we're just kind of, the deck list is definitely off. Ensnaring Bridge definitely would come in handy a lot. We don't have access to it, unfortunately. That was definitely an oversight on my part in building this deck list. Probably want at least 1 or 2 Ensnaring Bridge in the main, because we have several ways to tutor for it, but I think we want at least 1 or 2 in the main. Might even just want 4. I think we want 4 in the main, honestly. And, I think post-board there's a lot of things we need. Yeah. Yeah, the big problem I think here is not having the Ensnaring Bridge as a way to like defend ourselves early game and to set up our lockers and whatnot. So we end up getting punched in the face and not able to catch up. Like Miracles was able to on just 4 mana just Miracle and Entreat the Angels, get 2 Angels, and then well, I mean that was because I screwed up, sacrificed the Smokestack instead of a land or a Spirit or whatever, and our opponent was able to kill us with that last Angel. But like Miracles just be able to just do that, play a couple more lands, and then just like punch us for a couple turns was just too much. So definitely Ensnaring Bridge. I think 4 of Ensnaring Bridge needs to be in this deck. Makes the deck a little more miserable for our opponents. Makes it a little better main board against a lot of decks. Makes it better against Storm strategies. I think some number of All Is Dust needs to be out of the sideboard. I don't know if it needs to be in the main board, but it definitely needs to be out of the sideboard at the very least. Turn 1 transfer seems fine with me. We can also back up with turn 2 transfer if we get countered, so I'm actually okay with this. We're on the draw. So hopefully our opponent's not a Daze deck. Oh. Volcanic Island. Not a great sign. Like this could easily be a Daze deck. Could easily be Rug Delver. Could be Blue-Red Delver. Could be Sneak and Show. If this is Sneak and Show, this transfer doesn't really matter. Unless they're trying to go Show and Tell, Omniscience, Emrakul, etc. It could also be Storm randomly. Volcanic Island is not really the usual turn 1 play out of Storm, but it could be Storm. It's most likely going to be Sneak and Show. Could be Blue-Red Delver. Maybe Miracles, but probably Sneak and Show or Blue-Red Delver. Erlend Hegni. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. This could also be check pile randomly, I guess. Alright, Clara Post. Okay, gain a life. Yeah, Mirror Retriever down. Let's start the beats. Smells like a pile. Yeah, very well could be. So next turn we're going to resolve a Smokestack, hopefully. I'd love my opponent to tap down some mana, but let's get in for the 1-1 beats here. Let's start this clock. Okay. Try to resolve a Smokestack here. Yeah, Mirror Retriever. So when it dies, I can return another artifact from my graveyard to my hand. It's a 1/1 for 2. So having like multiple Mirror Retrievers with a yeah, it would just. So if you had something like Heartless Summoning, that'd be like an Infinite Storm if you just had one Mirror Retriever. So it has to be another. There's too many, like, if it could return itself, there's, like, too many broken things you could do with it. Like Ashnod's Altar, like Infinite Storm, stuff like that. So I think it has to be another. Lightning Bolt, my Mirror Retriever. Sure. That's fine. Whatever. So I'm kind of feeling check pile here, considering the Bayou, the Underground Sea, and the Valk. Now the basic Swamp pretty much puts us off Delver variants. I think we can race with Jace with a Smokestack, so... That's going to brainstorm with their Jace? Okay, that's fair. I'll pull up the little bar over here so I can see what the hell they're doing with their Jace if they start Fate Sealing or whatnot. If I can top deck a Crucible, I would be in such delight. We'll put a set counter on after we sacrifice. Sound good? Yeah, it sounds great. Okay, yes, we'll use the ability. Cloud Post, sweet, another land. I mean, I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna resolve another Smokestack here. Okay, so our opponent will sacrifice a permanent. So hopefully, they'll keep our opponent under the Transfer. My opponent's drawing lands. Okay, that's not great for us. Sack Monolith first or Gate? I think at the moment I want the men I have in place. I'd probably sack the Monolith first since I'm probably not untapping that anyway. I'm likely going to go 2-1. Go through a sacrifice cycle of that. I'll probably sacrifice the 1, then sacrifice the 2 once they go through it twice. Once they go through it twice, we should pretty much have them beaten, but we'll see what happens here. My opponent played land. Okay, my opponent played a land this turn already. They're playing a Baleful Strix, so that's really good sack fodder to a Smokestack, so. If I top deck a Crucible here, I'd be very, very happy and excited. Alright. So... I'll put a set counter on that one last. Put that there. Okay. So I'm going to go with Grim Monolith first. Yeah, the trigger's still going to stack, so I'm still going to end up having to sacrifice things and whatnot. I am going to add a counter to this. I'm going to add a counter to that one as well. Mirror Retriever's a great top deck right now. That's good. Let's see here. So, 2, 3, 4. Okay, untapping doesn't have anything to do with anything right now. These Paradox Engines have been absolutely miserable. If anyone was to run this deck, I would say do not run Paradox Engine. It is garbage in this deck. It's insane in my Memnarch EDH deck, but it is garbage in this deck. Do not run Paradox Engine. Alright, so we have Mirror Retriever, we have a redundant Transfer. So next turn we have to sacrifice. I think we're going to keep these Smokestacks like this. Next turn we can sack this Mirror Retriever, return a Mirror Retriever, we'll have to sacrifice God's Eye. So we'll probably sack Mirror Retriever, God's Eye, make a Spirit, return Mirror Retriever, and then we'll sack the Spirit to the God's from the God's Eye to this other Smokestack. So I think that's how we're going to do it. We should be able to grind our opponent out like this. I'd love to be able to top deck a Crucible Worlds here. We can top deck a Crucible Worlds here. We can keep rebuying this God's Eye, which means we can keep a Smokestack for 2 on board. I guess at the very least, this Paradox Engine ends up being a card we can just sacrifice, which is awesome, I guess. Okay, my opponent's not playing out any more permanents, so there's a chance they might not play anymore, so I don't have to tick either one of these up. Okay. So I have to sacrifice 2 first. Okay. Sacrifice that and that. Okay. Choose other Mirror Retriever. Mirror Spirit. Okay. Okay. Sacrifice our 1 permanent, which is going to be the Spirit. I'm not going to add counters. We know that their board's going to be wiped after this, so we're not going to add counters to those. Chalice of the Void's not bad, but I can't do Chalice and Retriever. I think I have to do Retriever here, so. Retriever here can just buy back Grim Monolith too, which can push us forward in mana. But after this, we're sacrificing the Smokestack for 2 for sure. We do not want the Smokestack for 2 to be out here much longer. Yeah, when this deck works, it seems to be awesome, but this deck has just not been working. And honestly, it's just like a really big oversight. Like the deck has not. This deck was not built very well. I will honestly say that happily, no problem whatsoever. Like I done screwed up with this deck list. I could have done much better. Counter. All right, so this first Smokestack that I have to sacrifice 2. I'm going to sacrifice Smokestack and Mirror Retriever. Mirror Retriever is going to get back, I think, Grim Monolith. The second Smokestack is probably going to sacrifice one of these redundant Trinispheres. Actually, oh shit. Getting back Mirror Retriever is probably correct to maintain the Smokestack. No, we will not be using the ability. We don't want more counters on that currently. Alright, so we'll play this Grim Monolith. Next turn we'll be able to get a Planar Bridge in play. Okay, my opponent's good. Cool. So we were starting to run out of it a little bit there. I think Spine of Bishop is going to be fine against check pile. I think Sorcerer Spyglass is something we might want. We'll close this out because I don't want to see this crap. So check pile so far, I've Jesus Glamos. I don't really know who you are. I probably know who you are, but I don't really remember who you are as far as your username goes. Paradox Engine's coming out because that card, as we've learned, is garbage. 1 Possessed Portal can come out because this is going to be a longer, grindy game. Dale, yes, I will absolutely kiss you then. 100%. I'm not huge on Metalworker in this matchup, but it's probably still fine. I forgot what I cut here last time. Last time I don't believe I brought in the Spyglasses. It wasn't the spines I brought in. I don't remember. I think I'm not going to bring in all 3 spines. I'll bring in 2. Cut a Planar Bridge. I'll cut 2 Smokestack. Right? I honestly don't remember what I did last time against this deck, but we're going to try this. Cutting down our Stax effects on the draw, I think might be correct. I'm really not sure. Here I'm going to probably try and just turn 1 on Metalworker. Hopefully I draw something pretty neat, but maybe I'll just turn 1 on Spyglass in hindsight. What you got, opponent? Yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and name just name Bloodstainmire here. Just name Bloodstainmire, right? Bloodstainmire actually at the moment kind of shuts off both. I think that's wrong. I think I just have to name Deathrite. I'm gonna get him next turn regardless. Alright, so if I name Bloodstainmire, I don't get him to Torok next turn. I really don't want to get him next turn though. And I don't want their Deathrite to be active, but I think I have to just play to not get him to Torok next turn. So I can at least get something in play relevant. This probably is incorrect. Naming Bloodstainmire makes it so they can't him me unless they draw another fetch land. They can't just Abrupt Decay. Their Deathrite doesn't really do anything anyways except for attack for 1, so I think this might be correct, but it's really awkward. I'm not exactly excited for this play, but I think it's fine. Yeah, so my opponent didn't do anything there, so actually it kind of worked out. So I'm going to Grim Monolith Metalworker. At the moment, my opponent can't answer a Metalworker, so that just gives us the ability to just do a lot of things. If we can Spine of Ishtar, blow up their Badlands, or their Deathrite, for instance, like we're actually in pretty good shape next turn. So we'll see if they can answer my... They would need to get lucky to have Deathrite. Yeah. Like, they'd have to top deck, like, Fluid Delta or Verdant Catacombs or whatever. Okay, that was a Misty Rainforest, so... My opponent got it. They got the card they needed. Let's see what they do with it. I'm assuming they're going to Abrupt Decay my Metalworker. Torok me. Okay, that's pretty good. Still does a decent amount. I think this turn I can still just Spine of Ishtar. Feel like I just Crystal's pretty nice. Alright, let's make some mana. I think I just kill their Death Right though. Done. Yeah, I think I just have to kill his Death Right. So I could kill. They still have Abrupt Decay in their hand. They can use Death Right next turn. Yeah, I think I just have to kill Death Right. Like, I'd love to kill Bayou here, but then Death Right can just tap, eat Bayou, or eat Mr. Rainforest. I can still cast Abrupt Decay. So it really doesn't matter either way. Like, Decay is going to hit something. Whether it's Metalworker or Sorcerer's Spyglass, I'm not sure, but at least hitting Death Right Shaman here means I can put Crucible into play. Although now Spellbomb kind of shut that off a bit. I think this is the best course of action, but yeah, if I used Ancient Tomb, I also could have resolved Dynamo, and Dynamo does stay in play and untapped, so that actually probably could have been fine. And then that way, next turn I still have access to 6 mana, unless I top deck another land, in which case I get back up to 7 or so. So yeah, that probably could have been correct. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't have done that. Like, this is check pile. They don't have, like, the fastest clock ever, so like, tapping Ancient Tomb for life wouldn't really matter there. Alright, here's a Baleful Strix. My opponent still has neglected to cast their Abrupt Decay. Which is interesting. Alright, let's see what we top deck here. Chalice is good. So they played that, so I only know about these 2 cards in their hand at the moment. Alright, let's do this again. Wish I had a way to sacrifice the Spine of Ishtar right now. That'd be great. Alright, so I'll make 6. I'll play a Chalice for 1. Chalice for 3 might be correct, but I think that's just getting a little too greedy. It's like I have a bunch of 3-drops in my deck as well. I don't really care that much to shut off just like K-Command. K-Command's very good, but shutting off all my 3-drops I think is just incorrect. I'll play my Thran Dynamo here, and I'll play a Crucible Worlds. 3 shuts off K-Command, but I could have played Crucible first, but 3 also shuts off... What else does it shut off for me? I guess it really just shuts off Crucible and Metalworker. Once I have them both in play, it doesn't really particularly matter, but Abrupt Decay can just eat 1. So that's kind of a little... It's a little bit more than I kind of want. We know our opponent has Abrupt Decay, Bloodstained Mire in hand, so I'm going to go ahead and close it out so it's not in the way. So there goes that Abrupt Decay, which is great. They had to use it on not a Metalworker and not a Crucible, so that's good. Yeah, next Chalice could end up being on 3. That's fine. I'd be okay with that. Alright. So Inventor's Fair would be a very nice top deck here. Worst comes to worst, I take the turn off. Mirror Retriever's okay, but I'm not excited about it. Mirror Retriever can get back like another Metalworker or a Thran Dynamo or a Chalice, so that's fine. They might just use their Nethouse Spellbomb to dump my graveyard in response to this. Although I can't sacrifice this now, like, they might just do that. See what happens. Nope, they didn't. Okay. Well, we're going to attack with Metalworker. We're going to start the beats. My 2 damage a turn beats their 1 damage a turn at the moment, so we know they have Bloodstained Mire in hand. They did Brainstorm and Fetch, so they might not have Bloodstained Mire anymore. We did buy ourselves a turn by eating the Bloodstained Mire with the Sorcerer's Spyglass. That was kind of nice. There's another Baleful Strix my opponent. It's fine. There's a point where I'd love to see another one of my Smokestacks. I'd love to see Possess Portal. I'd love to see... I'm actually even okay with like a... what's the card name? Even a Player Bridge here would be fine. Oh no! Wait! Oh, damn it! No, I was going to untap my Grim Monolith. I got way too ahead of myself there. Alright, well, let's attack a Mirror Retriever. We'll see if my opponent takes the trade here. If they take the trade and they want to dump my graveyard in response to the trigger, that's fine. Whatever. Okay with that. They didn't fall for it. You didn't fall for it. What do you mean you didn't fall for it? Definitely need an Inventor's Fair here. That'd be very good right now. It would absolutely force my opponent to use their Nihil Spellbomb because they could not afford to let me play it multiple times in a row. Definitely need some type of tutor effect at the moment. Leovold's fine. Possess Portal will be great right now. Doesn't target. Makes it so no player can draw cards. Okay, yeah, you have 2 attackers. That's fine. It's 2 damage. Okay. Okay, let's untap this Grim Monolith now. So we have a lot of mana. And we draw an Ancient Tomb. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's what we're looking for. I guess I could have kept that in hand. Hopefully my opponent makes me discard or whatever. I'd waste the card on this, but... do I run my Mirror Retriever into Leovold? I don't think I do. I think I'm going to keep this on defense. Mirror Retriever and Melworker are both pretty much redundant at the moment. I have plenty of mana. So they're both on basically chunk block duty. Okay, so we're just going to chunk block this Leovold with my Mirror Retriever. Okay, I'll threaten to get back something from my graveyard. Just threaten to get back a Threatened Dynamo. I guess more mana the merrier. Could have threatened to get back like a Chalice of the Void. That would definitely probably cause them to pop that. They did pop it anyway. So at this point, I don't think Possess Portal is going to be enough to dig us out of the situation. The opponent just had way too many turns to get things on board. And we're just drawing that Crucible, so that doesn't do anything for us. This is supposed to be a good matchup. We did win game 1, so it might just be worth it. Just go to next game. I'm going to keep Crucible Worlds in hand because we can use Metalworker with it. Yeah, Snapcaster Mage is going to be more than enough to beat us, so I'm just going to go ahead and concede there. We'll go back to sideboard. I think we probably won't just want more. I think we want all of our Stax effects against this deck. Probably want the Emrakul. I think Spyglass is probably pretty weak. I don't actually think I want that. And since I'm on the 2 Planar Bridge and 4 Smokestack, I'm going to drop 1 Possess Portal. We'll do this. Kind of want the Emrakul for the long game. My opponent clearly is not running Wasteland, so we should be able to build up our mana and get some stuff going. And 0-4 at the moment. This is not going well. A lot of oversights in building this deck. Sure. Against them, I will keep this hand. We have all the mana in the world. We have a tutor effect. Once we get some artifacts down, we have a smokestack. Sure. I will keep this hand all day. This hand is not particularly good, but I will keep it all day. And we'll pass. Nice stuff, right? Alright. We got some mana built up now. Next time I'm going to play another Cloud Post, resolve a smokestack. So opponent's getting a Brainstorm, fix up their hand a bit. They're fetching with Pluto Delta. So if they had a couple cards they don't particularly want right now, they get to fetch them away, which is nice. Fixes up my opponent's hand a bit, which is good. Thoughtseize, they're going to take my smokestack here. Again, we still have all this mana, we have Inventor's Fair, so we can go tutor up something once we get through artifacts. So that sucks that they took that, but we still have all the mana in the world. What are you casting now for 1 mana? Ponder? Yeah, Ponder. There it is. I need ensnaring bridge so freaking bad. Okay, let's go to my turn. Hey, more mana. Perfect. Alright. We're going to be able to cast everything under the sun, which is great. At this point, if we top deck a Planar Bridge, we can almost cast it and activate it, which is nice. So we're at 9, we've got 10, 11, we've got 14. So actually we can cast... So if we cast a Planar Bridge next turn, we can actually also activate it thanks to Grim Monolith and a Soul Land. Which means next turn, if we get a Planar Bridge, we're definitely going to be putting that in play. There you go. You seem to put the card first, Matt. So if I activate Planar Bridge next turn, I'm definitely just going to be getting a... Oh, lame. You him to Turok me. You took 2 of my lands away. Bastard. I mean, I can still do it, but it's not the point. Alright, we're drawing lots of lands here. Apparently that's the game we're on today. Adventure Fair has the little thing where both of its abilities, where you gain a life or you tutor. Another Him to Talk, which doesn't do anything really. Adventure Fair has the, at the beginning of PP, you only gain a life if you have 3 or more artifacts, and then you can only tutor if you have 3 or more artifacts. So we do need to draw some artifacts to make our Adventure Fair relevant. And Mirror Retriever is not exactly the artifact we want. They don't counter it, but it does get killed. We can rebuy our smokestacks, which is nice. Hopefully it... What the fuck is going on here? 20 to 16, we're winning. Well, that's... Yeah, now it's 18 to 16. We're still winning. That's awesome. That's a good way to look at it, Oren. I like your optimism. I like that Mirror Retriever at the moment. It's kind of acting like a... Veteran Explorer. Like, people just don't want to attack into it because it has this weird little ability when it dies. What do we top deck? Planar Bridge! Can we resolve it is the thing. We're getting K commanded. Yes! Which means we can actually Mirror Retriever return Planar Bridge to our hand. No, they're killing our Grim Monolith. Go to hell, you bastard. You rude prick. I hate you. Damn it, we finally drew a frickin' non-land. A relevant non-land card, and they made us discard it. No. Sad face. Jace, cool, good for you. So now we're getting Fate Sealed. It's now a... another Inventor's Fair, are you kidding me? Bastard. Like, I could attack into Jace here, I don't... Oh, I guess they do block the Mirror Retriever. I get to get, like, Planar Bridge back. Which is nice, so I'll do that. Yay, maybe we can resolve this. Ha! You have the Force? You have the Force, don't you? No! Yes! They didn't have the Force! We might get to do something if they don't have K Command. And Q, snap K Command. That's probably what's coming up next. Alright. Fate Seal us again. Unless if they don't have an answer, Planar Bridge, they're Fate Sealing us again, doesn't particularly matter. I can Planar Bridge, go get Spine of Ishtar to blow up Jace. Then I can Planar Bridge, go get... What's it called? Oh, there it goes. K Command. They had another one in hand already. Damn it. What do they use K Command for? Oh, and 2 damage to me, okay. The 2 damage to me doesn't seem all that relevant, but it seems fine. I definitely click Grim Monolith, what the fuck? Apparently I clicked the Inventor's Fair, not the Grim Monolith, so that sucks. Luckily my opponent's on a very slow clock. We have a few good outs. My top deck is Spine of Ishsaw, I can kill Jace. My top deck on a Planar Bridge, I think I'm back to the point where I'm almost at enough mana where I can just... Of course it requires their Jace not to be able to stop it, but they put a card on top of my library, so chances are they can just shut me out. Likely just dead here. Leovold is also a problem. So drawing like running lands just didn't really work out for us, unfortunately. We started with a lot of mana, which was great in theory, but didn't work out really well. Thespian Stage means we'll just have more mana, but again, it doesn't really matter. Ideally, I would just have more artifacts so I can use as Inventor's Fair and just go 2 or something out. So if they use both Deathright's exile abilities, I think we're just ending with go to 2 here. We just go to 2 here, and then they just kill us on the next turn. There's nothing we can draw right now that gets us out of this. So we're just dead. Our opponent just had like the right card at the right time. It happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens. We just won 05, so that sucked. Let's look at our deck real quick. So changes I thought I would make right after that. These Paradox Engines, get the hell out of here. I do not want these cards in this deck anymore. Actually, I'll just go to the actual deck in my collection. So we started off like these weren't appearing in my deck list, so we had to mess around with that. So that was a little bit shitty, but some number of staff probably just come main. I think I might want 1 staff main at least, maybe 2. We know Paradox Engine's getting the hell out of here. I think I still want like the Possessed Portal, but I'm not 100% on that. What else do we have here? I think we're a little... I almost feel like we're a little high on land, but at the same time, like Thespian Stage probably doesn't need to be in here. Can probably just be like a couple Wastelands and whatnot. Let's see a Wasteland. I could definitely want a couple Wastelands with what we're doing. It's just so relevant with Crucible World, Smokestack, all that. If I had to make other changes, this Emrakul probably goes. The 3rd staff probably goes. I don't know if these Spine of Ishas are really that relevant. Torment's Crypt didn't feel great, so I think I would actually drop those as well. Like, I think we need some type of graveyard hit. Like, I don't even know if we really need particularly graveyard hit, because, like, we still do have Chalice, we still do have Transfer. We still have, like, Metalworker Staff combo. I don't think we need Tormod's Crypt. I think that can be a lot of very useful sideboard slots. I need Snaring Bridge is what I need. So I think that the staffs definitely stay sideboard. We get at least 2 transfer main board. I kind of want 4, honestly. I don't think I would really cut anything from what the deck's trying to do from it, though. Like, if we get 2, we'd still 2 up a Planar Bridge or Inventor's Fair. I feel like we'd probably cut some number of City of Traders, but it could also just be like we cut like 8 posts now we're at. Could be we just cut like the 8 posts, because like Cloud Post, Glare Post never really particularly came in play. It could end up being like I think it's Crystal Vein is tap for a colorless and tap sacrifice for 2. So it could be like 4 Crystal Vein, and then we get to just do 2 more Wastelands for 4 Wasteland total. And then we have 2 more slots where we're at 20 land. We have 2 more slots. So that puts us at 56 slots. That gives us room for the 4 Ensnaring Bridge that I kind of want. So we'd have that main board. And then post board, we'd have like 6 slots open, because I don't think I would run Tormod's Crypt back. For 6 slots open, I'm trying to think of what I was saying that I wanted throughout there. So if we end up having Steinbridge, that's fine. Like, we could have some number of that new card that's like a ground seal, and then you can 4-mana dump target player's graveyard, I think it is, or 4-mana as exile each player's graveyard. What's it called? Sentinel Totem, I think it's called. Let's find out. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So I could see some number of those in place of like the Tormund scripts. I almost had Thundering Titan in this deck, but I think that's a little too cute. But Thundering Titan's like a decent threat that can actually win games. So for the last 6 slots, I'd probably run like Sentinel Tome shuts down. Is Sentinel Tome not the one I'm thinking of? What's that new one I'm thinking of? Yeah, Sentinel Tome is definitely not the one I'm thinking of. What the hell is the one I'm thinking of? It's the new one. I think it's in Rivals. It acts like a ground seal. Anyone can help me out. Find this in the meantime, that'd be great. This is an artifact. Graveyards. I can't spell artifact. Silent Gravestone, that's it. So I'd love some number of Silent Gravestones, since it would shut down Deathrite, it would shut down Surgical. It shuts down, like, reanimation spells and whatnot. So I definitely love some number of the Silent Gravestone. Probably 4. And then I would have 2 more slots left. I'd probably reserve that to some other type of beater. Could just be 2 Ugin as another win condition, because we did find that like if our opponent went wide on us, we were a little slow to come back. So 2 Ugin, 2 All-Is Dust, something along those lines would be great at coming back in a game like that. So I think that's probably what I want. So let's see. I got Ugins in here. So let's add 2 of those to the sideboard. Yeah, let's drop the Clown Pose, the Glare Pose. Okay, let's add 2 more Wasteland. Wasteland. Let's see, Crystal Main. Let's see here. So that, search. Sandridge. Oh, that should be sideboard. So yeah, I don't know if I particularly want Chalice for like a lot of the graveyard decks. I could run Silent. I could still run that awkward Silent Gravestone in addition to Chalice. I think this is roughly what I want to go for if I was running this deck in the future. So the Ensnaring Bridges clearly give this deck the ability to defend itself a little bit early, especially if your opponent goes wide and large. The Ugins give you the ability to sweep the board post-board. It could also just be All-Is Dust instead of Ugin. There could also be some number of them in the main board that I'm not 100% on them. But overall, I like this deck a lot. It's definitely got a lot of work, but it suffers from all the same problems Stax generally suffers from. You don't really have any form of card advantage. Silent Gravestone does shut off mirrors, but I'm not against stuff like Reanimator or whatnot. I'm not really on the Smokestack or Possessed Portal plan. But I can still use Crucible Worlds in those matchups. So like I'd probably just board out Mirror Retrievers for Silent Gravestones. I'd probably just board out like Chalice for Sorcerer's Spyglass, something along those lines if I was in that matchup. And then Silent Gravestones I wouldn't bring in against Dredge anyway, mostly just because like shutting a Red Return if it's relevant is usually just game over anyway. I guess the dumping graveyards and whatnot. I guess if I can dump graveyards though, that's pretty good against Dredge. I'd probably still bring it in. Since Chalice, I don't really like Chalice against Dredge. Chalice for 2 is probably more relevant than Chalice for 1 as well. So we're probably looking to drop Mirror Retrievers for that matchup anyway. Since Smokestack's Possessed Portal against Dredge is horrible, we probably just end up cutting the Stax plan. Probably try to go into more of like a combo plan with like Metalworker, Staff of Domination, and then having like, you know, Ugin and whatnot. 3-ball is very good against Dredge. So yeah, I'm not 100% positive where I'd want to go with this deck, but I think this is roughly the 75 I'd end up running if I was to run this deck again. But yeah, that's where we're at. I got to have some fun with Possessed Portal and testing. Unfortunately, no one got to see it because my opponents basically just scooped in response to Planar Bridge before I can go dig it out. No one got to see Possessed Portal in action tonight, but let's do this actually. I think this was last night. I forget if I got Possessed Portal online game 1 or game 2. So here I'm against Czech Pal last night. This is game 1. So my opponent's doing their thing, like they're cantripping, they're trying to figure out some stuff. I've got a transfer down. I've got a Crucible down. I got multiple Mirror Retrievers in hand, so I can cycle through my recurable threats. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So I'm getting a lot of mana down. Eventually gets to this point where I have Inventor's Fair, I have double Crucible, so I can go 2-out anything for my deck. I have all the mana in the world to use it. So I use Inventor's Fair here. I get a Planar Bridge. I play the Planar Bridge after playing my Inventor's Fair back out. So my opponent here is trying to tap for something. I'm not really sure what exactly they're trying to do. Pat's most likely going to sound like shit when the cast comes out. I get to activate Planar Bridge, and I get Possessed Portal. Here I'm resolving a Chalice for 3. It shuts off their K commands, which is really their only out to Possessed Portal at this point. So we get Possessed Portal. My Mirror Retrievers start cycling through each other. So my opponent's casting things like Baleful Strix, which doesn't draw them cards because of Possessed Portal. And like I said, now at this point, I'm just cycling out Mirror Retrievers. If I get 2 Mirror Retrievers in play, I can do that per turn. Eventually, my opponent has no permanents. I have plenty. And I still have this Planar Bridge where I can still activate it. I can still dig out cards from my deck to ensure that I get things online. My opponent eventually scoops. So this is kind of more how I expect my matches to go. At the same time, I didn't see my opponent with my opponent didn't see a K command in this match before I found a Chalice for 3. So if they had K command in their hand at this point, I wouldn't have known that K command would be so good just because I had Chalice for 3, so it got countered if they tried to cast it. But this game was very fun. This is where this game ended. I activated my Planar Bridge with a Possessed Portal in play, and they said, okay, screw this. So the game was a lot of fun. I appreciated it. Second game, my opponent's deck, if I remember correctly, didn't particularly function. But this is just my experience in testing. So the second game, I got turn 1 Transfer, turn 2 Smokestack. My opponent plays a Deathrite. I get Smokestack active. I put a counter on it. I don't have to sacrifice anything. Play Inventor's Fair. If I leave my player Mirror Retriever here, my opponent just basically says, okay, I've had enough. If I remember correctly, my opponent plays a Liliana Veil first. So you might say Traders, I play Liliana Veil. They make us each discard a card. I discard my Trinisphere because I know I can sacrifice Mirror Retriever and just get that back. My opponent says, you know what, I've had enough of this already. So my opponent just scoops to that. So it's decent testing against Czech Pal Online, but unfortunately it didn't work out tonight. But it was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoy it. We didn't find the meanest deck yet, I would say. This deck is pretty mean when it works, but I don't think we found the meanest deck yet. Sunday at 7 p.m. No, I don't know if it can be 7 p.m. because I'm actually working this Sunday. So I think Sunday at 8 p.m. I'll be streaming. I'll probably be streaming Lantern Control. So hope you all can come on and join me for Lantern Control on Sunday. I want to say thank you to Hipsters of the Coast and Card Hoarder for supporting the stream and for making these things possible. And I want to thank all of you for stopping by and hanging out. You all have a good night, and we'll see you Sunday, hopefully. Oh, don't worry, I'll get meaner from here, Levi. I will be running Armageddon Stax. I'll be running Tron. I'll be running Lantern Control. I'll be running Pox. What else is mean? Din Rover Horror, Tron, and Popper I'll be running. So we're going to hit all formats. We're going to try all different things. I'm not sure what I would do for Commander. I'd probably just run Memnar because that deck's pretty mean. But yeah, on that note, thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you, Card Hoarder. Thank you, Hipsters. We'll have a good night. I hope you all enjoyed it. And this video will be available if you want to check it out on Twitch for however long they save for. It'll also be available on YouTube. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.